Namaskaram. When somebody says Namaskaram, responding back with a Namaskaram is Bharatiya Samskaram. Right? We are on a great mission, a 1-year celebration on the concept of world our home. And this is a Delhi Interfaith meet. And that is where Swamiji stopped. So probably some of you who are here who could not follow Malayalam, I'll give you the gist. I'm not going to translate, but I'll tell you what happened and what he mentioned. Probably I'll add little more, which makes the relevance of Sreenarayana Guru. I call him Brahma Sri Sreenarayana Guru. Unfortunately, he was not in limelight in the whole world. I'm sure non-Malayalis, when I spoke to people who are invited to speak on the stage, felt that they never heard about Sreenarayana Guru that well. Probably the youth did not hear outside Kerala. When I was in Delhi 2007 to 9, I must salute all the Sreenarayana Guru followers here. They gave me the stage to speak. And I gave maximum number of dialogues on Sreenarayana Guru's mission in Delhi in 2007 to 9. He was a great Guru, and I also worked in Sreenarayana Guru, and we worked together in Nayar Samiti, which is another version of caste of Hinduism in Kerala, where they realized that I am another caste in Kerala later, and then they invited me to be part of the vice presidentship in the Delhi. I'll tell you the mission and the concept of Sreenarayana, if you want to understand. Very few words are good enough. In 1916, one of the most spiritual leaders of Kerala during that time, Ramana Maharshi, they had a dialogue. Right? How do you understand people, the term in which they discuss? And do you know that we had great national leaders in India during that time, Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi. Both of them went and met Sreenarayana Guru at Varkala, where our Puja Swamiji is residing there now. Is it not that enough to tell what influence he had in the time and space during that time? And this World Religious Conference, which we are celebrating today, which originally happened in 1924 in another city called Aluva, happened after that he met, before that he met Tagore in 1922, and after 1 year Mahatma Gandhi came and met, and they had a beautiful dialogue. You can Google and see that. It tells it has changed the concept of casteism in Mahatma Gandhi's mind, and that is where he started considering the casteism and became part of his movement in the untouchability and the religious movement which happened, and probably the national movement which ultimately positioned Mahatma Gandhi in a different style probably. And he was mentioning one marriage which happened, a Irava, the specific caste of Sreenarayana Guru is Irava. In my place, I am in the north of Kerala, it is called Tiyan. Irava is in the south Kerala, it's called in two different names. And somebody wanted to marry a different lady from a different caste from abroad. It was a revolutionary activity, and then the community was not supporting, and Sreenarayana Guru himself got it done. What else is required to say that he has got the interfaith meeting in his rule? And last year, if you go to Alapi, I was just mentioning to Nadeshan ji, who was responsible for me to stand here today, he pulled me inside. So I must tell him. I was telling him that Alappuzha, one of the most tourism places in Kerala, when you go, you have to go and see a museum there. That is Ravi Karunakaran's museum. That's a national museum. And this KRK, who got married under the supervision of Sreenarayana Guru's son, is Ravi Karunakaran, a great industrialist. There's a beautiful museum there. Don't miss. Right? So, he has changed, transformed people, accepting them where they are. That is why there was mention about giving the Swamiji-ship, he did not ask them to change the name. In one of the places where everybody was given the yellow dress is what Sreenarayana Guru's dress was, and he was giving yellow dress. He allowed the Christian person from abroad to wear coat, suit, boot and tie and to be part of the sannyasins. Imagine the generosity, and it is not that, no, the orthodox style of looking at the casteism, and not now. It happened 100 years back, and we are celebrating it. I'll tell you, each one of us can raise our hands. Each one of us can raise our hands, take it back, and then say, well done. Because we are going to be part of such a great movement after 100 years, reminding us the relevance of being part of such a great institution. And what Swamiji was mentioning, what happened before this function, he was there in Vatican, where Pope himself was part of it, and we have two eminent people who are also part of the team, 150 members. That's what I am translating what Swamiji said, because for the others to know, right? It's a great event. So you can imagine 100 years back, Mahatma Gandhi, Tagore, Ramana Maharshi, and today the other religious leader, if you want to call them other religious, and Pope himself is part of the celebration of the 100th year. Are we not great? Feeling great ourselves that we are part of it. And it's not one, it's going to be another 1 year celebration. And we have got from Israel, Jewish, please. We have a Jain person here. Swamiji, please. We have got. So we have Baha'i people here. We have different people being part of this great celebration. And these do not mark anything great, because all of us have these thoughts. We all here have the thoughts. But our responsibility is to spread these thoughts to the other part of the world. And all this happened because of Vinod, stand up. He is silently sitting, and he is the one who made the whole thing happen. Right? And a big team of people he could put together, because it's quite possible, not because of this event, because it's happening under the Brahma Sri Sreenarayana Guru's name. That's why we have got a group of people, volunteers working around. Even in the whole world, go to different places, you will see what's happening. Only two famous world religious conferences will be seen if you Google and find out. One is Swami Vivekananda's in 1893, and another one in 1954, which happened in Tokyo. In between, 30 years from 1893 is 1924. After 30 years is what is 1954, and in between is what happened, which has not taken a lot of limelight. I'm sure this 100-year celebration is going to take this, and it will mark a great day. And in India, it's happening first in Swami Vivekananda's Sri Ramakrishna Mutt. And I happen to be part of Swami Vivekananda's Sri Ramakrishna Mutt in Hyderabad for almost 20 years. I was teaching there morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour. I was part of that organization. Right? So there is a great event happening in India, in Delhi, all being pulled by different forces. As Swami Vivekananda says, if there is a great vision, the world will come and support all of us. And that's what is happening. And we have to take it forward. And one of the great things, what probably I added few things, one of them is the youth parliament. I'm so happy youngsters, many of them took forward, and we have a great volunteer here. And she is a happy homemaker spreading mission across Delhi. And we have got philosophy professor from, I am not seeing, yeah, madam, please stand up. We have got different colleges in Delhi who came forward and said, yes, we are part of this. Made a lot of volunteer speakers, you are going to see them here, so I am not going to spare time on that. And what is that, a spirituality or art, culture? Is it not waste of time? Many people have got this problem. Today also we had few friends who are all young people who wanted to discuss with me before this program. They were all propagate themselves, I am an atheist. That's how he introduced. I said, wonderful, very good. But what it gives, Babu just now left, he's a friend of mine. Exactly 2 months back on the same day, Babu and me were spending whole night together. Babu Panikar and me. The reason is I was traveling back from Haridwar. You know why people go to Haridwar? Spiritual reason. Imagine if there was no Haridwar, a religious space in that location, our part of that India would have been with China for long back. You understood? The relevance of the spiritual relevance made that I worked with the Prime Minister on the strategic analysis of the boundaries of India. For 2 years I was here in Delhi. So we understand how important is our border. And the importance is stamped by the spiritual masters of India. So I keep saying, who is guarding the Indian boundary? It is the spirituality in India. You must understand, it is not just caste. If nobody is visiting from the other part of India to Haridwar, it would have been a forbidden place. If you don't have Mahabharata with the concept of Pandavas moving, if you walk straight from the 30 kilometers north, they will be going to China. And the China border, Mongolia is where Vedar is written. It is not because it was Bharat, it's a great Bharat. And Himalaya, it was the center, probably the Kailash is the center. And we keep saying that we are on the south part, but understand, if we say south part, there is another north part. Romagadesham, from Rome up to this part was Bharat. Yo Udayo yo Lenkayam. Our Aryabhata wrote, when Udaya is in Lanka, Astamaye Romagadesham. Rome is the Astamayam. The evening happens in Rome. That means we are one part of the world once upon a time where Sanatana Dharma existed. And we are all Sanatana Dharmis. Whether you call it in different names, doesn't matter. Sanatana Dharma is the Nitya Nutana and Chira Puratana, which is the most modern and the oldest of the oldest. And that concept is in each one of our blood. Wherever we live, it doesn't matter. And we are so happy. Swamiji was mentioning that I am part of that team which is going to happen. Nadeshanji again pulled me there. And we are there in UK on May 2nd and 3rd. And that is being celebrated in a land which was run as a church. Sreenarayana Guru Ashram in UK purchased it. And we are running it there. Right? And Chennai, we have another program which is going to be in March. I am also part of it. I am the spiritual director for that group. And the magazine is also being edited by me. And that is going to happen in March, where mostly Prime Minister will give a date and we will decide the date. So I'm sure this 100 years of celebration by 2025, all of us can be bold of saying that I was part of the first program in Delhi and it happened in front of us. And that's what going to mark our day. And don't think that we are in peace. We are in great trouble. What happens in Myanmar? What happens in Lanka? Lot of civil war. When something happens around our country, don't think that we are safe. We will have some virus from them also. Understood? And if you look at the world scenario today, what is happening in Mexico, the inauguration, General was talking about, Advocate General was talking about the different problems in youth. Many countries are suffering with a lot of problems. And those problems are how the youth is intolerant in their places. Whatever you call it, spirituality is one which we can make it good. But just opposite is what is the spirit which they get. And that spirit is what is spoiling them. And we have to take care of them. And what is happening in Palestine today, Israel today, see how safe and great we are. We don't have much problems, right? When the newspaper talks about small accidents and some small problems, I keep saying it's very good because we don't have big problems. Small news comes, right? So we must be happy when small news appears and then some burglar went there, some stealing happened there, some train accident happened there. Fine, wonderful, very good. That is because news is not coming with a great smash or flash on great events which are going to trouble all of us, and we can sleep peacefully in this world. And that is where we are today. Swami Vivekananda mentioned the concept of education is man-making. And our Sanatana Dharma says, you can't stop learning. Every day start learning. And the learning happens from every meetings and partings. Tagore also said that. Everything what we carry in our life is not a burden, L-I-F-E. Many of my books are written with L-I-F-E. Live in full enjoyment. And more than that, learn in full enjoyment. And learning is a great investment for future earning. I was also executive director of a Sreenarayana Guru's. Under that, there was an engineering college. I worked there 2 years as executive editor. I keep saying there is only one spiritual Swami from Kerala who said you must have educational institutions. You must have industries. Creating entrepreneurs, creating institutions and giving education was a great concept which Sreenarayana Guru propagated. And I was part of Nitya Chaitanya Yati, who is a direct disciple. And Yati's biography written by Shaukat, who is a Muslim. And 2 people were there when Yati was dying. One is Shaukat and Joseph. Both of them stayed with me for a few nights. So imagine a concept of interreligious. It is not conferences. It is unconferencing. I can disagree with you, but still I can work with you, right? When I was part of the Global Nayar Samiti, I started thinking about how can somebody who is working in government in the cabinet secretariat can become part of a religious or maybe caste-based community. I was thinking that if I'm a scientist from Space Department originally, but does it mean a scientist association member have to have a hatred to police association member? Need not be, right? So I can be part of one religion and also start loving other religion. What is the problem? But that's not happening. And that is the concept Sreenarayana Guru probably propagated as great. And there is a great fun. Take it very light. I am from Kannur and we call all the OBC, other backward communities Sreenarayana Guru belongs to as Tiyas. Any Tiyas here? All of us are Tiyas, right? All of us are Tiyas or only few are Tiyas? You are a Tiya, right? But Sreenarayana Guru had a great joke in Malabar. Take it as a joke. When Sreenarayana Guru met there was a Christian. So Sreenarayana Guru said, Uri Jadi, Uri Madam, Uri Devam, Manushan. There is only one caste, one religion, one God for all. So the Christian people came and asked, no, we have Christ. He said, you are also a Tiya. No, I am not a Tiya, I am a Christian. Yeah, you are a Christiya. And then Islam, one person came and said, I am a Muslim, I don't believe in Tiyas. He said, you are a Muhammadiya. You are also a Tiya. And then the Savarna, the so-called Savarnas, well, I am also belong to, I am a Nambiya. So Savarnas went and told Sreenarayana Guru that I am not a Tiya. He said, you are a Bharatiya. You are also a Tiya. So there is no escape for all Indians. We all belong to one caste which is Sreenarayana Guru belongs to, and that is Tiya community. And all of us are Tiyas. If you are belong to Bharat, Bharatiyas, correct? Himalayam Samarabhya Yavat Hindu Sarovaram Tam Devanirmidam Desham Hindustanam Prachakshati. You can't escape because you are taking water from this land, you are taking air from this land, you take whatever food you want, doesn't matter. Namaskaram and thank you. I am so proud to be part of this great event because of Vinod, because of Nadeshanji, because of RRG. We have a great person who came. We were dialoguing all throughout. And you know how many people? All the volunteers, whom many of them I met maybe 13 years back, I met again here. And it is a great privilege for me. Thank you so much. God bless you. Inshallah, we'll meet somewhere sometime.
Wow, Dr. Shashikumar sir, you have just resonated the spirit of this conference in such beautiful words. Thank you once again.